What's up, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us at Investing City, and we're back today with another book review. So today we're going to be talking about a book named Wrapped by Winifred Gallagher, and this book is a fascinating look into the concept of attention. The premise of the book is that living the focused life is the best life, and this consists of not only how we pay attention, but the things that we pay attention to. So this book goes very in-depth into a lot of scientific and psychological studies, but we'll break it down into 3 parts. We'll first talk about what focus is, then talk about the right things to focus on, and then how you can apply this to your own life. So to start, what is focus? So when you focus, you're investing limited cognitive currency. The world is so complex that your brain needs a way to cope. Therefore, what we pay attention to distills the whole world down into our own little world. So the idea of paying rapt attention, the focus of the book, means being completely absorbed in, engrossed, fascinated, and perhaps even carried away by something. The focused life, or what many people call being present, lifts our spirits and makes us feel life is really worth living. As the book mentions, the only way out of life's misery is waking up to reality. But it takes practice. We aren't all born with laser-like focus. It's actually a muscle that we can develop over time. Most people don't view focus like this, but if we can harness the power of our own focus, it can be incredibly powerful. The book also talks about how attention is the first step towards behavioral change. By building up our focus muscles, we can grow and transform. Imagine a teenager doing homework. She constantly checks her phone at every buzz. Therefore, it takes her forever to get it done, plus she's not building her focus muscles. Before moving on, one last concept on the idea of paying attention. So it's not static. When someone says, pay attention, we can think that means try really hard and not blink until our head throbs. But researchers say this view is harmful. There is actually an element of curiosity. When we're engaged or rapt, we are asking questions and wondering and thinking things through. But there is also an element of always coming back to the subject you are focusing on. And this brings us to our second point. The types of things we focus on are also extremely important. If you watch TV all day, our minds can wander aimlessly. If you've ever heard someone say that TV turns your brain to mush, they're sort of onto something. If we focus on our worries or our shortcomings, this is also not very helpful. The book warns us of this in 2 places. For one, we need to treat our minds like a private garden, careful of what we let grow there. Because of the second thing, paying attention to our positive emotions literally expands our worldview, while focusing on negative emotions shrinks it. What we pay attention to is nearly as important as how we focus. The book goes into depth in a few different subjects, like free time, work, and relationships. In free time, paying attention to activities that engage us is important. Chilling on the couch and watching TV might be what we think we like, but we actually leave feeling regretful or dissatisfied. It's the same with social media. We might think we really enjoy scrolling mindlessly, but we don't. We leave feeling deeply dissatisfied. On the other hand, activities that challenge us, like playing the piano, painting, ballroom dancing, or woodworking, are all engaging activities that require our focus. They push us and literally expand our minds. The same advice goes for work. The book urges us to push ourselves right up to our boundaries. However, if we set the boundaries too high, we won't even get started. We need to push ourselves to our limits in order to grow. In the relationships section, it talks a lot about unselfishness. It says that every unselfish thing we do strengthens our relationships. It means focusing on someone else rather than ourselves. It's where we place our focus, our limited cognitive currency, that helps our overall life. Now onto the third section, the most important one. How do we use these concepts and apply them to our lives? First of all, I think we need a keen awareness of focus as a limited currency. If we only had $100 in our bank account, we probably wouldn't buy a useless gadget on Amazon. We should have the same view of our focus. Let's say we only have 720 focus units, which is the number of minutes in 12 hours. We shouldn't spend 300 of those units between TV and social media. However, the average American spends pretty close to that amount. This level of awareness will incentivize you to increase your focus muscle so you can utilize those focus units more effectively. It will also help you narrow down the activities that you focus on. Try this. If your regular routine is to crash on the couch after a long day of work, try something different. Have you ever wanted to learn the guitar, a new language, call an old friend, go for a run? For one night only, try something different and see how you feel. Make it a very achievable goal though. just one night. The next day, continue your routine by watching TV, then evaluate how you feel after each activity. Then make your choice, but at least give yourself the chance at changing. Live the focused life, one that lifts you and challenges you. You deserve it after all. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate you. Leave a comment below.